Hey Alexus, Love Beauties and Flawless Man. Today we're going to talk about tissue, and I'm going to give you a little information on why I decided to switch over my tissue. Here on this channel we talk about lifestyle and the different things that I am using, and this is something that I just recently upgraded in my life. I'm going to tell you why. So the first tissue we have that costs $1.25 from the dollar store, your standard tissue. The colorful tissue in the background, that is 100% bamboo wood, and I got the brand from Amazon. So I believe that being a child and wearing a diaper like we're supposed to, those diapers are created from different fibers and chemicals. And I also believe as a woman, some of the things that we had to use, like a diaper and a pad when we got to that point, based on those things and how they were created, it could cause the problems that I have been experiencing in my life. So when my OBGYN and my doctor is doing their thing behind the scenes, because I go to the doctor, I have just been changing up my lifestyle because this is what I honestly believe. So with the pads, they're made with certain type of fibers. Diapers is made with certain type of fiber. Tissue is made with tree fiber. I am still looking into if I have endometriosis or whatever it may be, right? I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus. But I had decided to make a small change with the tissue. As we can see, this tissue here from the dollar store is very thin, very fragile. How tissue is created. Tissue is created from trees, but the trees that are used are blemish trees. So the trees that were created to make that tissue did not grow from the ground straight up. They grew and then they kind of like slanted off and they're crooked. So that tree has something going on at the root that would not make it to be as healthy as it needs to be. The process of making tissue also includes trash, recycled paper that's separated, bleach, and other chemicals and fragrances to make it safe for us. So regular traditional tissue is not safe. Now, after doing my extended research on how tissue was made and what I'm experiencing in my body, I realized, let me switch my tissue over. I have very bad menstrual cycles. They come when they want to. I, have heat flashes, different things like that. And the number one thing that happens with me is the cramping and the way that they are set up. This is why they're looking into, like endometriosis or, fibroids or whatever it may be. But I just started thinking that maybe it's the things that my body is absorbing down there when you use tissue, because I used to get yeast infections very, very often. And when I got a little older, I began to look. So the tissue that I would use, the cheaper tissue, it leaves behind when it gets moist. It leaves behind and it will actually stay down there. I don't know what happened with men, but I know as a woman, wiping, the tissue stays down there. And I feel like that's why I was getting so many yeast infections back and forth, bacteria, vaginosis, and different things like that. And so I began to make changes to my lower part hygiene, like wearing more cotton and, if wanting to be nicer, feeling, grown, just wearing those, not lace, but cotton as well, if you know what I'm saying, like a cotton thong or something like that. So come to find out that when tissue is moist, it leaves behind, and I started using baby wipes. So I would just use a non-sensitive, non-fragrant baby wipe, which have been going well, but I was like, I'm spending a lot of money on the baby wipes. So then I was like, well, let me look into tissue, and I came across bamboo wood. I have a little bit of information about bamboo wood, and I was not aware that they actually use it for tissue until I looked on Amazon. So I'm going to read to you what I have found about bamboo. Bamboo is classified as a type of grass, not a tree. Despite having the tall height and wooden stems and clumps, its unique characteristics such as the parallel veins running through the long, thin leaves set it apart from trees. Bamboo's rapid growth rates, strength, and versatility make it slightly higher and more valuable across the industries. Its sturdy clump serves many purposes, including construction material and even biofuel production. So the next time someone asks you whether bamboo wood is a tree or a grass, remember that it belongs to the grass family. It is a plant and it is referred to as grasses such as wheat and rice. So that is what bamboo is. It is a abundant plant. It is abundant type of grass, and it gets identified as a tree just because the way it grows and the way it looks. But this grass, when it is cut, it can grow overnight very, very tall. I believe like 93 centimeters in height. So it's an abundant grass, an abundant plant. It grows really, really fast. I'm doing an experiment here. I already had extra virgin olive oil on my hands just in general. I put some face wash and some water down it. I just wanted to wipe just to show you. So in general, you might wipe like a few times. Now this is the regular tissue, the traditional tissue. So I just wiped my hand a few different times, just being realistic. And this is what I got. So as you can see, when tissue is moist, it's going to leave behind, it's going to rip, it's going to tear. And at that point, it's going to absorb wherever it is that you have. So the skin is the largest organ on the body, and it absorbs. For me to be fair, I was not using anything that was already wet because I wanted to show you the experience. So I went back and realistically used tissue that was not wet so we can see how this works. I used 3 pieces on each demonstration. This is still tissue, but it is a more finer, it is a more luxury tissue. It is a more, the fiber in this tissue is natural. It's not made with bleach and chemicals and things of that nature. After wiping with the bamboo wood tissue, this is what it looks like. And when I unfold it, this is what it looks like. Again, it's still tissue. It may leave a little something behind based on, how you're using the restroom. But as we could see, this is a really fine tissue. It's very sturdy, very stability. It has a lot of good stability with it. So the difference between both of these tissues is we see the cheaper tissue, it absorbs very, very quickly. And it's just cheaper in production. It's just cheaper with what it's made with. And the different chemicals that's put in here is the reason why I believe that it could have been thrown off the reproductive system also. Again, this is my opinion. I am doing extended research on this while I got my doctors doing their extended research. But I know, and I just feel like it has something to do with our internal and our external beauty. Come on, Jesus. So it's not just about what we eat or what we look like or how we dress. It's actually about what we're putting on our skin, what we're absorbing in our body. And I do know that, we didn't have the option when you were growing up to say, hey, give me some organic diapers, give me some organic, pads and tissue and different things like that. But as an adult, we all have free will. We have the choices that we want to make on whatever that might be. So me, I'm not the type of girl that'll go and get, the high quality clothing. I'm going to go and get the high quality health things that I need first. So I have just been making some changes in my life. So far, I am sensitive, so I would know. But so far, I haven't realized anything that has thrown me off with that tissue. It's just very soft and gentle, very durable. And this is my first time, and it came in a 12 pack. It was $20 for a 12 pack with the Amazon brand. I am going to experiment with 2 more brands of the 100% bamboo, just so I can find that one that's for me. I love this one so far. I do want to try other ones. They do have different polys, like a 3 poly or a 4 poly. That's just the thickness of it. And they have a lot of different brands out there. So for starters, I wanted to just try with something, and I loved it. I'm going to go back through this video, and then we're just going to look at this tissue. Like you can see, the most important thing that they get from the tree is the fiber. And so again, I was young, had a colonoscopy in the 20s, and then now we're trying to figure out what's going on with my menstrual, why they have a mind of their own, why they're not monthly, and different things like that. So I'm just making these changes to be natural, because I'm like, you never know, it could be, because it's what you use and it's the way you eat. I know when I am wealthier, when my body is wealthier on the smaller side, like I don't have excess body tissue, because we got to start talking nice to ourselves in the situations we're in. When I do not have excess body tissue, we could say when I'm not overweight, I don't have those problems on my menstrual cycle, nor with my colon. Also, I feel great when I eat better also. So I know it has something to do with the eating, but also I want to change up the hygiene routine. Now, this bamboo wood tissue, I'm going to let you hear the sound of it opening. You can even hear the stability in this tissue. I absolutely adore it. So like I said, it came in a 12 pack, so I already used 7 rolls before I even did this review. I'm super excited to share this information with you just in case it's something that you want to try. And again, for me personally, I am doing my extended research on myself, on my own health and my own body. But I honestly do believe the lifestyle changes from the internal and the external beauty will help that also. This is a roll that I already had. I wanted to show you the durability in this tissue versus the dollar tissue. You can see I'm trying to apply pressure to even squeeze the roll, and that's not happening. So look at the indents in this tissue. Yeah, it just wasn't happening. So this is how we know how durable it is. And it's just a very fine and luxurious tissue. I advise everybody just to try this tissue once. With this one, it was just so easy for me to just bend down, but now I'm going back over, and the video is just replaying, just doing that test again. But I just wanted to let y'all know that I have switched over to bamboo tissue. I'm going to try 2 more other brands before I lock in on which my final one that I think. In this video, I'm just using some CeraVe, got some water, oil, and then I was just wiping my arm as if I would, just seeing how that would be. I'm fair, so I was throwing tissue out if it was already moist, but yeah. Women, whatever problems that you are having down there, if you've been told that, something about your reproductive system in general, I advise you to do your extended research. I advise us to start doing our extended research because we see that Rite Aids and the pharmacies is closing. We cannot depend on medicine. Like, we just can't. We have to depend on ourselves to learn and figure out what it is that we need with the time that we have, with the resources that we have available. That is what I'm doing on this channel. We talk about education, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship, and part of our lifestyle is the different things that I am trying out with my acne prone skin, with my sensitive skin, and different things like that. So y'all, I am super excited that I made this switch. I advise us just one time in your life, just try it. I know you probably like $20. Yes, $20. It is well worth it. It lasts for a while. Also, you don't have to use too many pieces. As we can see, 3 pieces is more than enough. It's very, very thick also. So I want y'all to try this out. I'm going to let the rest of the video play out. I encourage you to do your extended research. Go take a look at that. You can look it up on YouTube. You can look it up on Google. Just type in how is tissue made. Then do your extended research on the bamboo also. Bamboo is really good for internal and external. It's one of the most richest, most luxurious fibers and pieces of grass that we have available. It is so full of nutrition and minerals and just a lot of beautiful things that our bodies deserve. I love you. God bless you, and give it a try.